What if your mind was so sharp, so unshakable, so powerful, that it made people uncomfortable just being around you? What if your silence spoke louder than their noise? What if your presence demanded respect without ever needing to ask for it? Sounds like a fantasy? Well, it's not, because Friedrich Nietzsche, one of the most misunderstood minds in history, left behind a blueprint, a path to building a mind so strong. It terrifies people, not because it's cruel, but because it's free. Let's start with the man behind the idea. Nietzsche wasn't your average philosopher sipping wine and writing essays. He was a storm, a force of will, a man who questioned everything, even truth itself. He didn't want followers. He wanted free thinkers. To Nietzsche, the greatest power wasn't in wealth, wasn't in fame, it was in mastering your own mind. He wrote, "He who cannot obey himself will be commanded." Let that sink in, because that one sentence is the entire foundation of a terrifyingly strong mind. So how do you build that kind of mind? You start with this. Most people walk through life as mental slaves. Slaves to opinions, to comfort, to validation. They scroll, they follow, they obey. They react. Nietzsche's first command? Detach. He wrote, "The individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe." Translation: you can't become powerful by blending in. So the first step is brutal. Kill the need to be liked. Kill the fear of judgment. Learn to walk alone. This doesn't mean being antisocial. It means choosing your own thoughts over society's scripts. It means thinking dangerously. It means saying, if everyone agrees with me, I might be wrong, because the ones who follow the crowd get lost in it. Nietzsche introduced a bold idea, the will to power. Most people want safety, comfort, peace. But Nietzsche's Übermensch, the superior individual, wants power, not over others, but over themselves. This power is forged in struggle, in suffering, in discipline. He wrote, "One must still have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star." Translation: use your inner chaos, use your pain, use your doubts. Don't run from the darkness. Master it. The world trains us to suppress pain. Nietzsche taught the opposite: transform pain into power. Got rejected? Use it. Failed? Use it. Got betrayed? Use it. Your mind becomes terrifying when nothing can break you, because you've already been broken and rebuilt yourself stronger. Here's what scares people most: a person who thinks for themselves. Nietzsche didn't believe in blind faith. He questioned morality, religion, culture, everything, and he dared others to do the same. A strong mind doesn't just consume information. It dissects it, doubts it, rejects it, and if needed, burns it down. But here's the paradox. To think dangerously, you must be disciplined. Discipline isn't about strict routines. It's about training your mind to obey you, to say no when everyone else says yes, to work when others are distracted, to choose truth over comfort. Because once you learn to think for yourself, people won't know what to do with you. You'll make them question themselves. And that's terrifying. Nietzsche didn't believe in avoiding suffering. He believed in embracing it. In fact, he said, "To live is to suffer. To survive is to find some meaning in the suffering." That's the secret. Not to avoid pain, but to transform it. Breakups, failures, loneliness, loss. Instead of saying, "Why me?" say, watch me rise, watch me transform, watch me use this pain as fuel." This is what separates the weak from the terrifyingly strong. Weak minds avoid pain. Strong minds absorb it, reshape it, and launch forward. This is where things get real. A mind that cannot be controlled, cannot be manipulated. That's terrifying. Most systems, education, media, politics are designed to create obedient minds. Nietzsche's path is the opposite. Creates a sovereign mind. One that isn't governed by trends, or fear, or false promises. A sovereign mind lives by principles, not preferences. It doesn't care if it offends. It doesn't flinch under pressure. It doesn't beg for approval, because it already has the only approval it needs, its own. Nietzsche's ultimate ideal? the Übermensch, not a superhero, not a tyrant, but a human who transcends human weakness, someone who creates their own values, their own path, their own meaning. The Übermensch doesn't wait for motivation. He acts, he creates, he dominates his own mind. He knows that society will fear him because he can't be controlled. And here's the truth. You were never meant to be ordinary. You were meant to rise, to stand alone, to face the void and smile. That's not arrogance. That's power. A mind so focused, so disciplined, so relentlessly self-defined that even your silence becomes loud. Even your presence becomes magnetic. Now ask yourself, are you ready to build that kind of mind? Because if you are, this isn't the end. This is the beginning of a mind that refuses to kneel, a spirit that cannot be broken, a voice that doesn't just speak, it echoes. So if this resonated with something deep inside you, if you're ready to walk the Nietzschean path, then prove it. Subscribe because this journey doesn't stop here. Comment because your voice matters in this rebellion of thought. And because the world needs to know, you're not afraid to think differently. You're not afraid to become powerful. You're not afraid to become terrifying. Stay dangerous, stay sovereign, and I'll see you in the next